So yes, so here I have three tables. Okay, energy consumption rates, building master. Okay, so yesterday in the group we discussed, so energy consumption, this is like a fact table. Okay, so more numeric values, right? And rates is it fact table or a dimension table, guys? Which one you can consider this one? Hmm? Which one you can consider this? So I can consider this is
Dimension table.
what a dimension table. Building manager. So this also I can consider as a dimension table. Okay. So here I have three tables. Okay. So the columns here: date, building, water consumption, electricity consumption, gas consumption. Okay. So three columns are value columns. Okay. Now when I build the relationship between these three tables, okay, so there is a date table is there, date column, building, water consumption, electricity consumption, gas consumption. Okay, so if you check in different tables which is possible to build a relationship, so here I can build a relationship on date or on building or water consumption or electricity consumption or gas consumption. Okay, if I go to the rates table, so here I have year. Okay, there is a chance I can build the relationship between this year and on this date. So how it is, well, let's see. And there is a chance I can build a relationship on energy type, which is a single column. You can see, guys, this energy type here, single column, water, gas, electricity is the values of under this column. Okay, if you see here, water consumption, electricity consumption, gas consumption. Okay, whereas in this table it's coming under one column. Okay, but whereas these values are dividing as a main columns. Okay, you can see if I click on water, what is the water consumption it has to give. So water consumption, you can see energy type water is water type. Okay, so you can, it will go and check in this table what is water consumption, correct? So I can join this and this, but here column name here is water consumption, but here column name is energy type, but here under the energy, water is a value, gas is a value, electricity is a value, whereas the types are the columns here. And there is a building manager, I can join this building column with here with this building column. So let's load this table, so let's see the what possibilities. Okay, so this table I'm going to be load, guys. Okay, the main table here, energy consumption data set. So in this sheet I have three tables. Okay, so let's see. Now going to load that table into Power BI. Get data, Excel workbook, download. So this is the table which I'm looking. Just open. I want these three tables also, right? I want these three tables: building, energy consumption, rates. Okay, just load. Now, if you see that, this is very important, guys. So here I'm mentioning 4B day-to-day activities. Okay, day-to-day activities I'm mentioning here. Okay, 4B are roles and responsibilities. Okay, very important. Okay, so here I extract data into Power BI. The first step have been done, correct? I extract data in Power BI from different source databases. It can be SQL Server or Excel or Oracle or Azure. Okay. So first step, guys. This is what I have done. Okay, I extracted data, right? I extracted this data into Power BI. After that, second point, you have to mention this in interview. I do analysis on loaded data in Power BI to make clean and clean and I do analysis on loaded data in Power BI to make clean. Okay, this is one point. I do apply if any transformations need. For example, for example, adding new column to table, remove any null columns or null records there. Okay, very important point is this out. Next, so we'll go for this one done. Okay, I extract data into Power BI from different data sources. It can be SQL Server or Excel or Oracle or Azure. Okay, so we just loaded the data from Excel. Okay, through get data option. Okay, now I do analysis and loaded data in Power BI to make clean. Okay, now I'll go to the data view. Okay, data view, I'll check what type of data it is, what is a possibility to join these tables. Okay, so let's see. Now I'm going to each table. See, guys, so building master data, energy consumption rates. Okay, And here any disturbance guys here in the table. So I loaded this table. Any disturbance can you find out here? Anybody? Is there any disturbance in this data? So I loaded data in Power BI. Okay. So I'm start looking. So is there any disturbance in my loaded table data? So what disturbance
First
is,
column.
yeah. So on the top you can find out. So there is a column 1, column 2, column 3 is coming. For example, blindly I loaded the tables. Okay. Blindly I loaded the tables as it is here. So I'm in report now, report view. So if you see here in building master, column 1, column 2, column 3 is coming. So what does mean? So if there is any correct column name, I can identify, okay, this is the name, this is the age, this is the cell. Column 1, column 2, column 3 means what I can assume, right? So I have to bring exact column values, column names here. So this is one disturbance in that my table. Okay, next, energy consumption. So here data is more, so it's not coming. So let's see, has to come. Okay, so here you can see date column is there. Okay, date column, building, water consumption, electricity consumption, gas consumption. Okay, now I want to check how much data it is. Okay, so this is started from 2016 to 2019. Okay, so here building is there. So why this data is not coming? Okay, let's see. Okay, so I have building
Imran,
master. Yeah,
once we remove that rows, then the data will be visible.
which rows?
Blank room, blank. There are many blanks in this sheet.
No, no, I don't think so. So let's see. Okay, so select all, blank. This one, huh? Okay. So that many blanks are there in this.
Yes, Imran, almost 300 items.
Okay, good. So like this, we have to check is there any data disturbance. Okay, so you have to go each column. Okay, you have to check how much data it is there, how many nulls are there, how many blanks are there. Okay, these are part of analysis. Okay, the second point which I covered here, I do analysis on loaded data in Power BI to make clean. I'm cleansing my data, right? So this is the part of cleansing activity. So I understand here. So there is a some disturbance of the data. So yes, I made it. So I'll go each column, I will check. So there is no blank and there is no proper. So let's see. So if I check here, if I check blank also, so let's see. Okay, there are almost all null data. There is almost all data done. So there is a blank here also. So let's check from my side. Okay, fine. So here because of that blank values, the data was hiding. So I unchecked that data. So I unchecked that blank row, so that have been getting the rest of all values. Okay. Now I have identified here. So I have identified here. So there is a column 1, column 2, column 3. There is a disturbance. Okay. So I want to bring this building as a main header, city as a header, country as a header. Okay, so let's check it out. Now my requirement is I want to make it this proper column in proper shape. Okay, now here very important is transform data. Okay, click on this transform data. So you can't do here few transformations I can do. Okay, few transformations I can do here, but that transform data in Power Query editor only I can do few of. Okay, like this may headers are I want to make it here in first position, so this and all I can't do in data view. Okay, so I have to go Power Query editor only, that Power Query editor only transformations. Okay, so you can see the picture here, transform data. So you can see here Power Query editor, very important screen guys. If you click on here, okay, transform data. Transformation means when you want to do some changes on your data. Changes means modifying, adding some any disturbance like this. So if there is any disturbance in the columns or data types, okay, so we'll go to the transform data. Very very important. Click on transform data. There is a transform data. It will take you Power Query editor. So you are in Power Query editor. So whatever tables you have been loaded, that will be available under this queries here. Okay, under this query. So master, building master. So you can see there is a disturbance. So you have to check. Okay, these columns I don't want. I want this building here as a header, city as a header, country as a header. Okay. So here you can see use first row as a header. Okay, transform. Use first row as a header. Just click. So when I click on this, this building comes as a first column, this city comes as a second column, the country comes as a third column, and whatever changes I'm applying on these tables, that all steps will be recorded here in the applied step section. Okay, because this is useful in the future to reference what logic I have implemented on these tables. Okay, so let's click on this, use first row as a header. So you can see here building as a column, city as a column, country as a column. So you can see promoted header. Promoted means I made it in a first position, that buildings, head, city, country. Okay. Now, so I done one change here, so that will be recorded here. Okay. Now I want to check all the data type. Data types means, so for example, in if you see, I can identify easily who can be male, who can be female, who can be transgender. Okay, so by seeing the physical body, the face, I can identify so what type of human being, I mean he's a male, female, okay, girl, boy, okay, baby girl, kind of. So here by seeing the values here, by seeing the values I should be understand whether is a text, whether it's a string, whether it's a number. Okay, so this I can consider as a, see, the combination of characters and numerics is a string, correct? The combination, for example, b 1000 is there, b 1001 is there, b 1002 is there. So it's a combination of numeric and words, the text. So I can say it's a string. So you can see the string also they consider as a text. Okay, now here the city is there, New York, so this is a text only. So this is also comes under which one, text it is. Okay, so the country is a text. If it is a numeric value, for example this salary is there, okay, salary, so it's a, it can go for a whole number or decimal number. Okay, if it is a date column, you'll go for date format. Okay, so this all data types you should be check, yes. Okay, this all, because why I'm explaining this means in real time scenarios, if your report is running very slow, for example your report running very slow, so the reason can be here USA is the text here, but it's considering as a number. Okay, it's against to that, right? So instead of text, it's considering as a whole number. For example, I'm selecting whole number. See, country I'm considering as a whole number here. This is showing error, so I don't want that error. I don't want that change. Change this one. So I'll select this one as a whole number. Okay, sometimes guys, if it is the text also, it will consider as a number, so you should change that one as a text. Okay, you have to go here. Here you have to go. Once if you select here, it will take what type of format you want to apply on that column. So I want text. Replace current. Okay, so this kind of steps you have to take to make your report clean and clear. Okay, now building master table done. Okay, so what I've done, the building, city, I made it country in a proper folder format. Okay, now energy consumption. So I see guys here. So the date here is there, the date. So it's taking date format. Correct? The date is there, it's taking date format. The building is there, it's considering as a text format. The water consumption is there, it's considering, you can see whole number. Okay, the electricity consumption, this considering as a this one. The gas consumption, this one. Okay, now I'll go to rates. So I have here year 2016. Okay, so this is year, right? This is year, but it's considering as a, this is considering as a whole number. So if I try to make it this date, replace current. Okay, see it's considering a wrong year guys. This you can see here 087 19 0 19 5 it's coming. Okay, which is not correct. Okay, so just close this, change this, close this, apply. Okay, so what it's considering as a number means this is year only. Okay, this is year only, but we can't use this is for sum, max, min, because this is year. Okay, if it is a number, for example this is, I can do sum, but this is year, right? I should not do that one. Okay, so here you can see here this water, this you can see this one is considering as a, what is considering, you can see here ABC 1 2 3. This one also ABC 1 2 3, but this one I want as a text, right? So you can change it as a text. I changed. Okay, see before how it was, ABC 1 2 3, it was in a string it is. So but I supposed to change this one as a text. So go here, make it text. No, it isn't a text. So this is also in, this is in a decimals, but this is considering as a, considering as a string. So I will change it in a decimal. Okay, getting guys what transformation I'm doing here? So I'm making what data type it's supposed to be, that data type I'm applying here. That's it. Okay, now this many things changes have been done. That's it I'm expecting from here for now. Okay, so close and apply, close and apply. Now, so the changes what was I was expecting that have been done. Again I go to data view. Now it's correct. Building, city, country is coming correct format. Energy consumption, data, building. Okay, this also looks fine. I'll go to rates. Year, energy type, price per unit. Fine. Now I go to model. I go to model. So here by default, building master table, this energy consumption has been established relationship on building on this building. Okay, so let's check it out. So building master table, energy consumption is joined on building. So building master energy consumption. So let's open the table. These two, right? On building it has been joined. This join on building. So let's see. So this one I said as a dimension table, right? So this is dimension table, I said. This is fact table, I said. So both joining and this building column, okay, on this building column it has been joined. So let's see in the model. So one to many, so building is one, energy consumption is a many. So if I make filtering this side, so apply filters. So one to many is a relationship, right? So I'm selecting one of the building here, b1, b1000, okay, b1000 I'm selecting. Go to the energy consumption. So here also I'll apply the filters to check my data, okay. So see guys, for this value from the dimension table, city called USA, the building is a key, okay. This is a primary key, okay. This is primary key. This primary key go and check in a fact table with the foreign keys, with a foreign key reference. This many, how many, 49 records are there for that table, okay. 49 records are there, the count you can see, 49 records are there for the table, for different date, for different rates, okay. Now I identify, yes, there is a matching data for this building column. So with help of this building, I am getting the information through the date for that building. On this date, what is the water consumption, what is the electricity, what is electricity consumption, what is the gas consumption, okay. So on this date, what is the water consumption, I mean, what is the maintenance guy, what is the maintenance guys here on that buildings, okay. So date wise information I have, building wise information I'm getting, okay. So go to the Power BI. So I understand, if I click on any building, it will give me that information. Now I have energy type here, I have energy type here. So when I click, when I take, what is the possibility to build a relationship between these two tables, okay. What is the possibility to build a relationship between these two tables? On which column I can build, guys? Anybody can tell? So building master, oh sorry, energy type table is there, the fact table, this rate table is there. So on energy type I can't, and there is a year, okay, there is a year. So if I go for here year, so
Here,
yeah, so there is a date column, okay, there is a date column. So I have date, month, year I have. So I want to bring year separately from this column, okay. So there is no year column separately, right? There is no year column separately here. So go to the Power BI, okay. So here year is there. To build a relationship between these two tables on year, I will create year here, because date column already available. So go data view, okay. So go to the energy consumption. So here date is there, guys, okay, date is there, but the date is a combination of day, month, year. So what I'll do, I'll create calculated column, very important, calculated column we already discussed. So the calculated column is nothing but where we can add a new column to my existing table, okay. It physically it will add. If you're going to add a new column, it means an existing column value only you are creating that, okay. So there is a date, from this date column I'm extracting year separately, okay. So with help of calculated column I'll do that. So click on this table, right click, new column, very important guys, okay, new column. If you click on new column, the calculated column has been activated here, okay. So it's physically added, it's physically going to add. So it's expecting what name you want for that column, it's expecting what name. So what name I can give, year, right? I'm extracting year separately, okay. Year, I'm giving the name here, year equals to, the tags we can use for calculated column also, for calculated measures also we can use DAX case. Data analysis expressions we can use for calculated column as well as we can use for calculated measures also. Interview question. Okay. So I'm extracting year here. So there is a DAX function called year. This is a DAX function is called year, guys. Okay. This year also comes under DAX function only. Okay. So I'm selecting year. So you can see the syntax of this year. It's expecting date. Returns the year of the date as a 4 digits integer. So it's expecting date column. So this one is only I'm using, right? Don't think here also date, here also date. Okay. I can, if the name also here different, the date name, it's expecting date format type column. Okay. Date format type column. So for example, I'll rename this column. Else you'll think it's expecting date only. Okay. I'll give date, date wise I'm giving. Okay. Date wise I'm giving. The column name here is date wise. You can rename the columns also, guys. You can rename the column names also. Okay. Now I will create a new calculated column. So this new column also same. This, if you right click on this new column, also both are same, guys. New column, new column. If you click right click here, it will come, or you can, it will come here. So whatever table you are opening, then if you click no, it will add to that. For example, I am in building table. I'm in building table. If you click on new column, one new column will add to the building table. So currently I'm in this table, right? So if I open, if I click on new column, it will add to this existing table. I mean the table which is already open, it will add to this. Okay. So I'm giving year, my column name I'm expecting as a year. Okay. This header column name I'm giving year. Now year function is there, that is a DAX function, guys. Okay. DAX function, year of, so it's not identifying here is it, no. Okay. So here I'm giving delete from model, new column. So that is nothing but a calculated column. So I'm giving the name here, here is equals to here. Here you can see here function is coming, that is a DAX. Okay. DAX. So it's expecting date, it's expecting date column here. So this one, with help of this column, I'll get separately year, right? So date wise is my column name. You can see here date wise, this one, right? Date wise, energy consumption is a table. Okay. Energy consumption is a table. In the table, the column name called energy wise. Okay. Energy wise. So you just give here a function and just write a name called our table name. Okay. Our table name or column name, if you give, automatically it will start searching the column which is matching on that. Okay. So this column I'm looking, you can see this is table name, guys. Always the Power BI with come along with the table name reference. Okay. Whenever you are using the column to calculations, that columns will come along with the table name from which table this column is coming. Okay. Now open bracket, close. You should be close that bracket, guys. Okay. Just close. Click on this. See, guys. So the year I created to calculated column. Okay. Now I'm getting year here. You can see this for energy consumption table, building dates wise, electron, this and all coming from the table from beginning. This year I added, right? You can see here, you can see the symbol table and sigma symbol is coming. Okay. It means this is a calculated column. You added the column, new column to your table. Now I can identify here this year. So the calculated column, guys, the calculated column, new column is a row level. They will ask you in interview, what is calculated column? Okay, is a row level object. For example, I created here on based on this, right? So what it will do, it will go to the date wise table. So the user are looking here. Okay, so on each record it will work. So here it will go 2019, it will bring it here. It will go, it will go, it will bring. So each row it will work. Okay, on each row it will work. So this is called new calculated column. Okay, calculated column nothing but on each row it will work, each record. Okay, each record. So row level concept. Okay, this is clear. Any doubts, guys? How to create new column? Any doubts?
No, sir.
The same way I created here, I want month also. I want 1 month column also. I want same way. Okay, new column. So for my reporting, I am applying transformations here. Okay, so month name is my new column name. So here month, sorry. So I want month names. Here month names are there, right? So I need only the particular month from this column to here. Okay, now there is a format function is there. Format, we can see value, format, local name. Okay, you can see here the format when I'm applying value means that is a date wise column only. Value means is expecting column name. So I'm giving here date, this one. Okay, format means I'm looking one format the month here. Okay, so I'm giving date wise the format, comma, in double quotation I'll give tms. Okay, and close it. So format means I want this December in a 3 characters. Okay, I want this December in 3 characters. Okay, just click on this. See guys, December. So here November is also November. Okay, so this is called row level. So always the calculated column work on row level. Okay, row level means on each row it will check, it will give the output each row. Okay, now so I got year, I got month name. So I get quarter also, I get week also. Okay, the same way. So there is a function new column. So I want quarter. Okay, quarter equals to, so you can see guys, quarter function also there. Okay, click on this quarter function. What is expecting? It's expecting date. So this date I have to pass it here, right, to get required value. Okay, just click. See, quarter also great. So December, in which quarter it will come? December, fourth quarter, right? This December comes under fourth quarter. So this December comes under, so each row level it's working. For entire row, it will affect, right, this quarter. For example, if I click on particular quarter, guys, if I click on particular quarter, so under the first quarter, what and all months will come for first quarter? Which months will come?
Jan, Feb, March.
Exactly. So if I select here first quarter, so you can see March And you can filter here also. You can see here Jan, Feb, March is there. Again is to this quarter. Okay. So whatever you want, guys, you can get it, but this calculated column works on each row. On each row, it will reflect and it will affect. Okay. So any doubts in calculated column creation? Very important. Is it clear? Now, when I will go for calculated column, when I go for calculated measure, for example, so there is a value, guys, here. There is a value electric consumption. Okay. If I want to count how many records are there, okay, I'll just select all. Now see, I want to do sum here. I want to do sum. Okay, sum means what? Generally, what sum will do? Sum will do like this, right? This one, it will add this one. Okay, and the result it will give like this. Okay. Now, in calculated column, if I do sum, let's see what is the result. Okay. New column. So I'm creating sum test. Sum I am doing. Okay. Sum is my column name. I'm using sum, guys, here. Sum of what is expecting? Column name is expecting. Okay. So the column name I'm expecting here energy consumption type. Okay. So this column sum I'm expecting. Okay. Just close. I'm trying to do sum on this electric consumption. Click on this. See what is the value here. So energy consumption, this one. Okay, on this column I did sum. So this entire sum result is repeating on each record. Correct? It means the output of this column is the result is this single value, and it's repeating for each record because I did sum in a calculated column. Calculated column means row level context. Row level context. For example, what I'm trying to tell here, rates are there. Okay, here rates are there. If I do sum, guys, here if I do sum, here something is coming 6.90. Okay, 6.90. Okay, I know if I do sum, this is my output. Okay, but in Power BI, I'm adding new column here as a total something. Okay, total something I'm doing, and here in the total I'm writing the formula sum of this value. Okay, sum of this value. So the value result here is sum is a 6.9. Okay, and I'm adding new column to my table. It means it's expecting values also here. Okay, so what it will do, the 6.9 is there, right? It will repeat to each cell. It will repeat like this. Okay, each cell it will repeat. See, I'm not saying Power BI do sum in the bottom. Okay, the Power BI understand whatever, whenever you add new column to your table, guys, whenever you add new column to your table, it will work for row level concept. Row level context only it will work. So calculated column means nothing but new column is nothing but it will look each row result. It will try to work on each level row and it will pull the year. For example, here I have date column. It will go to this row. User is looking year, so that that year it will bring it here. The user is looking this year, that will bring it here. Okay, but what I have done, I did sum. So the sum result is so and so value. but I'm trying to get that is in new calculated column, so that for each row the result is repeating the same thing happening, the same thing happening here also. You getting my point? Calculated column is row level context, guys. Okay, row level context. Calculated measure is filter level context. Okay, filter. So this is filter. Okay, filter level concept is measure. Okay, very important, guys. Very important this one. Okay, so new column is a row level context. New measure is a column level context. Okay, column level nothing but a filter level context. Very important interview they'll ask you. So for example, this sum I am looking, you can see new measure. Okay, new measure. Now I'm creating new measure. So you can see this measure means calculations, aggregations. Okay, so I want sum total. Okay, equals to sum of, I'm doing sum of same electricity consumption I'll do, but I'm doing in calculated measure, not in calculated column. Click here. See guys. So when I created the sum total calculated measure, that is not added, but sum test has been added because sum test is a calculated column, sum total is a calculated measure. So calculated column will try to add column physically, calculated measure it won't add to your table, guys. It will store the value only. So for example, when I'll go for measure means, go to the report. So I'm taking a card here, taking a card. So I created one measure, right? So where it's gone, sum total. Okay, see this is measure, guys. This is measure, calculated symbol. Okay, you can see calculated symbol is a measure. Drag and drop. What is the sum here? 22 millions. Okay, so I created measure also there. Which one? This one, but that is not measure, this is calculated column. So this one sum test, let's drag this. See guys, what result is coming, what result is coming. So what I'm doing, this column I'm extracting. Okay, this sum test column I'm extracting. So this also giving number because this already contains a number only. Okay, this result. But if I take month name, guys, if I take month name, so card, see first month name like this is coming, which is error. Okay, so calculated measure, calculated column are very important. Calculated column works for each row level, calculated measure work for column level. Okay, so the calculation you can understand. So the best example here is month name, year only. Okay, so calculated column will go to work on each record, row by row. Calculated column, calculated measure will go for to do sum and all, but this is not good practice to add calculated measure here. Okay, so I'm deleting this sum, this one sum test. Why I'm trying to tell, if I add forcefully calculated measure, I mean calculated, in calculated column I'm doing sum, right? So the sum is repeating for each value, so I don't want, but there is a chances where we'll do that. Okay, for example guys, the best example is, the best example I show you. um I have one more table here, student marks. Okay, just imagine subject. When we'll go for like that, we'll see subject marks, um, subject marks. Okay, so there is a two columns, subject and marks. Okay, now I want, so okay, I want this is the what is it, out of, out of is a, so here subject is Telugu, marks is 60 out of 100, right? Now English, remember guys, you can understand this one easily, 50 out of 100. So I have Hindi 70. So I have math, so science 60. So here I have social 50. So is there any other subject guys? 6 subjects, right? Intense. So out of 100 only, right? So this is my table guys. Subject. Okay, subject percent is my table. Now I want to know what is a percentage in this. Okay, what is a percentage? So there is a some scenarios. Let's see that. Okay, I'm taking this table in Power BI guys. Okay, I'm taking this table in Power BI. Go to the report. Okay, so here recent data sources are there, right? So I'm extracting the data from this table. Sorry, I'm extracting this data from get data. Okay, but recent data sources means recently I'm using this data file recently. So again I don't want to load that one. Again I don't want to load. So I'll go to recent data sources. This one only. The table is available in this table only, right? So this one subject. Okay, subject. So I'll just load this one. So subject table have been loaded. Okay, now see, I'll go to the data view. In this data view, so subject table. Okay, I have Telugu 60 marks out of 100. Okay, now I want to find out percentage on each subject. Okay, so what I will do, I'll do out of this, right? Out of this, I want to do some percentage. So how will you calculate generally percentage, guys? I will calculate. So this total by this 600, correct? Generally what we will do, how many marks we gain, that marks divided by 600 into 100, correct? So this is how we do. So what I need is, and out of that 600, each subject how much marks it's gain, that also I need. So for example, new column. Okay, you can see new column. So if I click on new column, so what I want is, first I want how many total subjects. Okay, what is out of 600 right here? So what I will do, total marks equals to sum of, what I will give, sum of out of, right? Sum of, I will give here this column. So here it will repeat the 600 for each record, correct? It will repeat Each record 600. So let's see. Okay, you can see I did sum of this column. The result is repeating for each record because the column level option, like a calculated column, nothing but it will work for row level context. On row level context it works. Okay, in this scenario we'll go for sum. Here I'm telling in row level context. Okay, so here it doing sum of this all columns. The result it's repeating for each record. Okay, because this property, the row level new column, nothing but row level context, row level context, guys. Each row level work, it will work. Okay, one by one row it works. Okay, now what I will do, I'll create one more new column. So I'll give score. Okay, equals to marks column, right? It's marks by this total marks I will give. Total marks, this column, right? This by this, so 60 divided by 600, it will give each subject percentage, right? Here, correct? So just click on this. See guys, how much rate is gaining out of 600? The 60% is this, or this total by this divide also you can do. So for example, sum I do for this. Okay, divided by this also I can do. Okay, let's see sum of this marks. Okay, this marks divided by what is the column name here? By the total marks. Is total marks. See guys. So here I am doing sum. Okay, the sum divided by the score of this, the total mark score. Okay, so you can see 55% for each. So in this 55%, the Telugu, how much score this subject got means what I will do, 60 by the 600. It will give some percentage how much marks you gain in the particular subject out of the 600. Okay, so this is example. Now one more example here is, so I'm deleting this one. Okay, very important is this. So there is a table. So there is a table. So employee, I'll give employee name, employee name, Jan, March. Okay, so this is one table, guys. Employee name is Imran, Prasad, XYZ person. Okay, so I have this table. I have this table. So here we are all are working in one, like any factory. Okay, so in Jan, how much production they have done in the entire Jan? So 100. Prasad in Jan 200. Nabi is 150. XYZ person is 200. Okay, now there is a one more month, another month. Okay, they are maintaining data like this, guys. Okay, employee name, month name, here also month name, here also month name. Okay, the month name here is Jan, Feb, March. Okay, so in the Jan, for Imran, employee Imran, for the Jan his production is 100. In Feb his production is 150. In March his production is again 100. Okay, so like this they are maintaining data against to that employee month wise. Okay, so this data is like this. This data is like this. Okay, now if you see this data, employee name, month name, Jan, Feb, March. Again is to that employee. In for this employee Imran, in Jan he did 100. The sales you can think 100 sales is done. In Feb 150. Here 100. Okay. So I load this data. The table name here is test I'm giving. Okay. The table name here is test. Now you go to the Power BI. Okay. So go to the let's go. Okay. This concept is very important, guys. Like this you will get data, so it's nearby our data set. Okay, let's see that. So here I have data like this. Okay, if I load the same data in Power BI, what columns I'll get? Employee name, Jan, Feb, March I'll get. Okay, but when the columns are divided in Power BI, if I want to see in Jan how much production happened means I get this much production. But for each employee level, each month level, if I want to go, so let's see the how the data will present. First, let me load the table. Get data, Excel workbook. So under the download this one, load the table. The file not saved, so that it got closed. Okay, so I'm taking this test table. First test I'm taking. Okay, test load. So only a single table I'm showing. So later we'll do the rest of tables. See guys, so I'm not done anything. I just loaded this table in Power BI. Okay, the table here is a test. Okay, I just loaded this table. So what I need, I want to do some analysis, month wise analysis. I want to do for each employee. For example, I'm taking this chart. I'm taking this chart. Okay, I felt my data is very clear. I felt my data is very clear. Now what I'm doing, I want to see employee wise production. So I'm taking this one. Okay, no, sorry, this chart I'm taking. This chart what is expecting? Y axis, X axis. Okay, every chart will expect y axis, X axis. Okay, but the chart properties are can be different. For example, in X axis sometimes I can show dimension value, in Y axis I can show measure value. Sometimes in Y axis I can show dimension, in X axis I can show what value. So let's see. So on Y axis I'm just selecting employee name. See, employee name coming on Y axis. I'm selecting web. Now if you see, So the data here is for Feb 150, Feb 150, Feb 150, Feb 100. So each employee name, the values are repeating. Okay, that is fine. So you can see for Imran, Feb is this. Okay, now where what about the rest of month data here? So there is a 3 months data, right? So if you select one more month, if you select one more month, okay. Now you see here the Imran 150 for Imran 150 for March Imran 100. Okay. Now user one here month analysis. For example, I am taking this one. Okay, I am taking the slicer, the filter. Okay, slicer is nothing but a filter. So the user, is there any month guys to select? The month here is Jan, Feb, March is there. So if I select this one, if I select this Jan for this slicer, what is coming? The value is coming. I'm expecting month name, right? If I click on January, in the January, the employee production has to come. If I click on February production has to come. If I click on March production has to display here. But here the values are taking the main names here. Okay, so you can see here in this table, guys, Jan, Feb, March is coming as a main columns. I don't want the data is like this. Okay, because I have to take, see, if I take the names here in the filters, so I'm using slicer filter to filter the data. Slicers you have to use, guys. Okay, so I'm thinking these are the months. Okay, so March, if I'm selecting March here, so it's taking the values, guys. It's taking values because the main headers are values column names here. Jan, Feb, March, taking the values here. I don't want like that. How I want is month should be here. Under that months should come like a Jan, Feb, March. So for Imran, Jan data what is? So there is a transformations here. There is a transformation how this data I want. Okay, go to transform data. Very important concept this one, guys. I'm going to Power Query editor. Now what I want is I want employee name as it is. This Jan, Feb, March is the rate. This month name has to comes under month. These values are there, right? This should come under production. Okay, so how we will do this? Okay, now I can see, guys, here. So there is a pivot, unpivot is there. Okay, pivot, unpivot means I can convert these columns into rows, rows into columns. Okay, rows into columns, columns into rows. Very important concept, guys, this one. Very important in real times. And you know, you have to uh, face so many activities like this. Okay, so very important. So let's see. Now I want this Jan, Feb. Okay, these 3 months I want. So this Jan, Feb, March has to comes under month name. Okay, now let's see. Go to the transform here. Okay, I was in home tab. Okay, I was in home tab. Go to the transform. So you can find it here. Unpivot is there, right? Unpivot. You can see unpivot columns. Unpivot other columns. Unpivot only selected column. So let's check each one, which will give result as I'm expecting. For example, this. So what I'm expecting here is you can understand now. So this is my table. So this table I want like this. Okay, employee name, employee name here, name, production. Okay, so like this I want the output here. Okay, so yesterday I have sent this in group. Okay, so all, so you can see employee name is Imran, month name is Jan. So under the month, the months are coming under the month column name, months are coming here. The production in the Jan, what is the production? 100. Same for Imran in Feb, what is the production? 150. So that 150 coming 100 here. Same for Imran for March, the production is, what is that? 100. So what I'm doing here, so under the month name I'm taking all months under. So if I select Jan, I can get what is a Jan sales. If I select an Feb, I can select. So when I'm taking this under the one column, so for the particular Jan, how many employees are there, how many production has been done, that I'll get. But in this case, Jan, Feb, March, these main months are coming as a main headers. I don't want like that. I want this main headers under the month, like this. Okay, so this row has to come under as a column. Okay, convert rows into columns, that we'll see how. Okay, so you can see I'm selected and pivot other columns. Just now this is not correct, so let's unpivot. So let it as it is. So Jan, Feb, March is coming, so I'm selecting here unpivot other columns I'm doing. So you can see, guys, you can see here what is the option here, unpivot. Again I'm showing what I'm showing here. So this is my data. Okay, Jan, Feb, March. Okay, so I want to convert Jan, Feb, March under the month, it has to come under this values, has to come as a values. Okay, so let's see. So I'm selecting here unpivot column is a red, unpivot other columns. Okay, unpivot other columns. So if I click on this unpivot other columns, means apart from this column, this all the other columns will be unpivot. So let's see. You can see. So now Jan against to Jan value, Feb against to that Feb value. So I can consider this column name as a name. This column name I can consider as a production. Okay. See, I converted the table, converted rows into column. That is called unpivot, guys. Unpivot. Very important. Unpivot. Now see, for Imran in Jan, 100 is sales. So is it matching as it is here? 100. You see, matching, guys. Right? This is what I was looking, right? Now see the difference between this and that. So I converted my data as I need. So this is called one of the transformations, correct? So the data, my data is coming like that. I converted how I want in Power BI. So this is one type of transformation, right? What I have done. So close and apply. Now see why I did like that. I'm taking new page. So why I did like this means, so I'm taking a chart, guys. Here I'm taking chart. So the chart is stacked bar chart. Okay, in the stacked bar chart, I'll take month name, select this chart. I'll take month name for the chart, which is coming for y axis, I'll take production. So you can see now for entire March 950 is a production. For entire Jan 650 is a production. For entire Feb 500 is a production. Now I'll take slider. So month name I'm taking. So you can see the month here is coming Jan, Feb, March like this. So if I click on Jan, so I can identify this is Jan production. Okay, if I click on March production I can see. If I click on Feb production I can see. But before, when these months are coming different, for example, as a Jan header as a month is coming, Feb header month is coming, that is not correct. Okay, because see guys, now you understand. When I load this data, you can see this is one column is considering the Jan. This Jan is considering as a 1 month. The Feb data considering as a Feb month. This March data considering as a March month. Okay, so individually columns are coming for each month. I don't want like that. I want under that column name or month name, the Jan, Feb, March has to come. But may as a main header months are coming. I don't want like that. I want under the month name header, I want Jan, Feb, March. So then you will get required data. Okay, is it clear guys? Understand right the concept? Why I'm converting this table into unpivot. Correct? Any doubts?
Yes,
bro.
Is it clear?
yes, sir.
See, if
Yeah,
I,
bro, it's clear.
is it clear right?
Yes, bro.
Yeah, if I take same table, no, if I take same table, so because this is one column, this is one column, so it's considering as a main columns. Okay, this Jan is considering as a one column, Feb considering as one column, March is considering one column. So if it is considering as one column, so whenever you want to do analysis on month wise, this is, it won't come like this. So it will come like Jan and values, Feb as values. So what I'm doing, this month I'm taking under the, say this row I'm converting into column as a month name. These values are there, right? That is I'm taking against to as a production values. Okay, but the data will be valid. If you convert also, the data comes correctly, no problem. What it will do, no, employee name. This Jan is the rate I'm taking under the month name called Jan. So what is the Jan production? I'm taking in Feb here. So what this name is repeating for each month, correct? And it's creating a record for each month, each employee. Okay, so that is what I have done here. So with this logic, we will implement on coming section on this test data. Okay, the production side will do that. Okay, consumption. So you can see guys, why I explained that one means, here if you see this water consumption, electric consumption is coming, right? Water consumption, electric consumption, gas consumption. So I don't want this one like this. I want this one as a energy type. Okay, these three columns I want under energy type. Under the energy type I want water consumption, electric consumption, gas consumption. This values has to come used values. Okay, for example, why I need like that means, if you see guys here, if you see under the rates, here energy type is there. Okay, here energy type is there, this column. I want to join this energy type column with this columns, because until unless I'm not getting this as a water, this as a consumption electric, this as a gas, I can't build a relationship with this. Okay, so that I am doing this one. Okay, is it clear? So tomorrow I show what logic I'm going to be build on that. Any doubts guys?
Yes, bro. One more doubt is there.
Yeah,
So, where can we get these formulas for if we want to try on?
it's not formulas. It's all about in transform data is there, right?
Yeah.
So in transform data, so there is a transform option is there. You have to check. So there is a unpivot column. Okay,
No,
pivot column.
not for this one. Actually, I was looking for any other aggregation level values. So, if you
No,
want to
that
do something,
no. You have to transform here only. Okay, you have to bring the data in Power BI. You have to transform. So for example, what I will do. So the table I already load. Okay, we'll check that tomorrow. Okay, so just practice. So unpivot, the options are there. Unpivot and pivot, very important guys, these two. Unpivot and pivot, you can see here. If you click on this, use the name in the column attribute to create new column. So this is, both are very important. Unpivot column, pivot columns. Okay, so convert rows into column is unpivot, convert columns into rows is a pivot. Very important guys, both. Okay, this. So Power Query editor itself very important. Okay, each option is very important under this. Okay, so we'll discuss in tomorrow's session the rest of things.
okay, bro.
Okay then.